Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Childcare Genius Marketing. Let Childcare Genius Marketing help you get fully enrolled and fully staffed. Visit childcaregenius.com for more details. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast our hosts, Raman and Carol Duprey.
Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast.
We're your hosts, Raman and Carol Duprey. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy life to join us today. We've got an amazing episode queued up for you today. We are going to be meeting a couple of our Childcare Genius University coaching students who have a couple of schools out in Seattle, Washington area. And they are a really neat couple. We got to meet them and spend some time with them in Jamaica last year, and really just enjoyed talking to them. And they got a good story, and I just love everything about them. So let's go ahead and get them on the line and talk a little bit about their centers in Washington. Hey, Raman and Kanika, how are you? Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast. How are you guys doing today?
Doing excellent.
Thank you so much. We are doing great.
Well, good to have you. We can't wait. We're actually headed to see you guys in a couple of weeks live in Seattle, so we're excited to do that. We wanted to have you on the podcast. We've been coaching you for about a year now, and things are happening. Things are going great. You're doing well. And I'm like, you know what? We need to get them on the podcast so we could talk a little bit about what's going on in the Seattle area. So how far are you from like downtown Seattle?
About 20 to 30 minutes, depending upon the traffic time of the day.
Not that far from downtown. And you guys range a lot there in Seattle, right? That's all I know about it.
We like to let people think that way to scare them away from Seattle.
Yes.
Maybe it's not really true then. But you don't get a lot of snow. You got more rain than snow in the winter, right?
That's
Okay,
right.
that is true. Because I know you don't even a couple inches of snow kind of snarls your town from what I remember here.
Oh, it's kind of enjoyment, complete shut off. The city just shuts off during that time.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So can you tell us a little bit more about your background, what you guys both did before this childcare business, and what your life was like, just before you started childcare? What paint us a picture a little bit about you guys.
You want to go ahead first?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, so I moved in US in 2003 when I got married to Raman. And I come from business management and accounting background. And I had no clue what I would be doing in this country when I moved here. So ended up with a course in accounting in Washington University. Then I did my corporate work in the financial department of Nordstorm and T-Mobile for a few years. When we had our family, when kids were born, the hardest part for me was leaving them to unknown people and going to work for full day, which was it was my piece of heart I'm giving to someone else. So that becomes very challenging. And that's when I left my corporate world. And Raman made me realize that how good I am with kids. And that's when my journey started. He pushed me when our second one was born to open up our own childcare. And here we are today. We are the one in-home based daycare and center.
Nice. Love that. Living your best life. And nothing better than working for yourself, is there?
That's true. It's, when I was working in the corporate, I always felt pressure. There is pressure in business as well, but that's a different one. And I love this.
Yeah, it's much better building your own dream than a corporate dream.
Sure.
What about you, Raman? What's your background before? And actually, what do you still do? You're still working full time for somewhere else. What do you do?
Yeah. So I've been in tech background for the last 20 plus years. And that's the only thing that I have known before Kanika got into the whole childcare stuff. And ever since then, I've been passively learning so many things through her challenges and kind of so I've been her sounding board. I've been like, um, for whatever issues that comes up, it's always like, hey, Raman, what can we do, right? This is the issue. So that's been my thing. But as far as background is concerned, still consider myself to be a techie. I love uh, the technical challenges. I think it's more than the technical challenges. It's about any problems that come and how do we go about solving those problems is what I enjoy most. And that's what I see in the childcare industry as well. It's like something new that pops up every day, and that's what keeps us excited and going forward. We have a dream. We want to kind of serve a lot of people, especially the kids. They require the kind of care that Kanika School has been able to provide. And I think there's definitely a need, and we want to continue fulfilling that dream.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we have another dream. I'm sure everyone knows India is a low-income country or developing country. There's still a lot of poor people there. Once we have reached our goal over here, we might open up something for the charity for the kids who are underprivileged. So that would really, that's somewhere far right now. But yes, if we reach, we'll definitely do that. Help.
And I have no problem that you will. And that is an awesome goal for you
That's
guys. That's awesome.
Please tell our audience about your child care center and why it's different from other centers in your area.
Our childcare center, how it is different. It's really not very different. Everyone pretty much have the same routine that they do, but we really focus on the basic needs, which is the food and the love, the care that they require, especially at the young age. Our teachers literally feed the babies as well. We don't let them throw their plate or throw the food in the trash, feed them as much as they want. And the love, everyone is welcomed. Our arms are always open and we give them hugs. So that really, I think, put us aside from the other center because everyone is welcomed. The food that we serve is all freshly prepared. There is no frozen food that we give to our children. And yes, our curriculum is very exciting. It's very hands-on curriculum that we give them the experience. It's more, we follow Montessori Reggio Emilia curriculum. So that really helps them develop the life skill that they require. So I think that's what put us aside from the other schools.
I think to summarize, what I would say is it's about doing the small things right. It's about doing the basics and focusing more on the basics, which, as she pointed out, right, are the kids being loved? Are the kids being fed properly? Are they happy? Are their needs being met or not? And at the end of the day, are the parents happy or not?
Yeah.
So those are the basics that we try to follow, and I think that's the main unique part is how
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Those are good basics. Those are pretty advanced, good basics.
It
And
amazes me that when we have teachers come from other centers and they say, we weren't allowed to hug the kids at our center. You know,
yeah, we've heard
I
that.
was surprised that there are schools which do
Yes.
not let the teachers touch the kids.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah,
There are
kids need that.
Yeah, there are teachers who recently we hired, and during the training we told them like, no kissing, but yes, keep your arms open, give them the hugs that they want, let them settle in. So that's what a child needs, right? That's how you build up the bond as well with them.
All right, so let's talk about the struggle part. So, it's not all happy sometimes opening a childcare center. So, what are some of the obstacles you face when trying to grow and expand your schools?
Yeah, you want to go first?
I think the biggest struggle for us has been finding the right, like we know where we want to go and open, but finding real estate has been the toughest challenge for us, especially in the Seattle market, and in the markets that we want to go. If we want to go outside the core area, sure, we will be able to find enough real estate. So that's clearly been one. And then, like, the other struggle is when she opened up her center, it was just right at the cusp when COVID was ending. At that time, the struggle really was to find the right teachers and kind of hire them first and then retain them. And the whole salaries, suddenly there was a huge jump in salaries. People were asking whatever amount, like, because everybody knew that they were in demand and there wasn't enough supply of teachers. So it was just, I think those two things were the biggest. Apart from that, I think it's about getting a brand, like, recognition name built, which has taken a while, but I think that's still work in progress for us.
Yeah, a lot of people are facing that real estate thing, but that'll subside. Real estate markets ebb and flow. And I think next year it'll start coming in. So just be patient. It'll come around.
Yeah, the other business challenge that we faced was, like Raman mentioned, real estate was the number one. When we started the business, it was in partnership. We had a partner in this, and right when the license came, she decided to drop out. So it was like restarting again, the whole thing. This was our first center. And she got really scared, or exactly, she couldn't bring her own child as well because we didn't get the infant license that time. But that kind of put me as well one step back by just thinking like how I'm going to manage all this. So that was one challenge initially when this came up. And then soon, step by step, when we started putting down things like what we need, it got like the cloud of fog was all cleared up, and I kind of realized that, yes, I have that potential, I can do it. So yeah, now going forward, no more partnerships for us.
Get it out. That's awesome.
How has coaching helped you think differently about your business?
Coaching has definitely helped us in many ways. One of the main point I would like to put is by offering the personal guidance that you guys have provided us, no matter at what time or the day it is. You've been a call away or a message away. That has been very helpful. And the strategies that I have learned to run the business, manage the staff, the day-to-day operations has really helped us achieve where we are today. Not just that, also the one-on-one call with the coaching specialist, that has really helped me to learn the industry trends as well. The weekly calls, that has helped us a lot. I pick up all the points that I feel that my business will really do well on this. So those are very helpful calls. Yes.
I think net, it's like, you guys have helped us become more profitable.
Yes.
And like become more efficient. And I think we are still working towards getting our operations all kind of
channelized.
Yeah, they all kind of in order to so that Kanika can take herself out of that place if possible. But yeah, we are slowly moving towards there.
You've come a long way. We've been working for, like I said, a little over a year, and I've seen a big difference in you guys. And your center is growing. You are more profitable. You're doing great, and expansion is on the horizon. You're going to be growing and be a big force over the next few years in the Seattle market for sure. So let's think long term. Where do you see your business 3 years from now? What's some of your long term goals?
Yeah, more centers. Currently, one home base there and one center. We are working towards building up another one. And then by probably in 3 years, I see 3 to 4 centers.
Nice. I like that, especially knowing that I think economically it'll be a better time to buy probably in 2025, 2026. So that's the time market prices should start coming down. There's gonna be more inventory out there. So I just say, everybody, be patient. The deals will come to you. And I know sometimes it's hard to be patient, right, Raman? Like you want that deal now, I know.
Yeah.
But patience is the key for sure.
You attended our CCG Live conference in Jamaica last year. What did you get out of that conference?
It was an eye opener, actually. That was my first one to attend. And
Wow.
yes, I learned what things I was not doing it in the right way. There was some valuable insight I got from there. And definitely networking has been a part of it. Networking helped. And making the business more efficient and following the steps. Actually, that was what I have learned from there.
I can remember sitting in the pool, talking to you guys, coaching you guys right in the pool. I think you'll have the best coaching in the pool. I think personally, I'm just that way. I think poolside coaching is probably the really coolest thing about what we do, because you just let your hair down a little bit and you can just talk. It's not a stuffy environment. So I think that's where we first met you guys and first connected. Was right in the pool at the suites part. So I remember that vividly, and I think
that was more because we were able to do one-on-one talk with you guys. So that really helped. In the meeting room, it was everyone together. Our focus is right there, right? So that's different. But yes, the poolside meeting really helped us understand exactly where we are and what we need to do right things when we came back.
Yeah. And you network with a lot of other people. You got to meet a lot of other people. That helps too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we got to meet a lot of people, got a lot of tips from, especially, of course, from the poolside coaching with you guys, and then even those one-on-one sessions with Alyssa and I think there was one more person.
Lisa as well.
Lisa.
Lisa
So
and
Joy,
Kim.
yeah, so
yeah, those are great. Yep.
Yes.
So just getting to meet some veterans in the industry, that's how, like, I personally believe, like, nobody is born with all the skills by default. You can either read books and grow from there, or you can meet people who have already done this, learn from their experience, and grow. So it was the latter part, like, where we felt it was awesome, like, where we could learn a lot from the experience of other people who've already done this.
Yeah, and you got to relax a little bit too. That's always a good thing, away from your school, less distraction, no kids, no everything. So who can't beat that? A working vacation. All right, moving on. So what do you say the most challenging thing, mostly probably for you, Kanika, since COVID, has you seen a shift in how people act and talk and your employees, and what has been your biggest struggle, challenging in the last couple of years?
Biggest struggle and challenges, of course, like I mentioned earlier, hiring was the biggest one. Learned a lot of things from the hiring a wrong person. I had some the CPS case on me, but everything went well. It wasn't against me. It was the teacher was wrong. So learned by those mistakes. And right now we are at a point where I think my staff, my team has been my strong part, and training them and hiring the right person. We take our time. I have hired extra people just in case if someone leaves, I have some backup covering all the time. So yes, I think my biggest challenge was staffing.
And I think that is everybody's since COVID.
After COVID, yes. And then making the people trust in us, that we built up our own brand. So putting the trust, making people believe in us was initially a tough part, but not anymore now. So yeah, I think initially when you start, everyone faces that. We don't come with a big brand name, which we are building up now. So that was challenge again.
I'll put one more challenge to that. Like since we were remodeling our space around that time as well, it took us 6 months to find a plumber
Oh, no.
who could
Yes.
come and do the job for us.
And you didn't want to do it yourself, did you?
Well, a lot of the things we had to do ourselves.
Yeah.
Because everything was so backed up, we just did not want to wait forever for things to finish. So we had to, whatever jobs I could do myself, I ended up doing myself.
Figured it out, right?
Just look at it on YouTube and figure it out.
Yep, that's what we had to do.
He has been the handyman. He has been the opener sometime as well. Help me out in bringing up all the supplies or groceries. So he's been there. He's been my go-to person. Okay, I need help here today now.
That's what partnership is all about. We'd love to hear
Yeah.
that.
If you had it to do all over again, what would you do differently?
I think currently the center, the space was for 41 children. If I had to do this again, I would not do for 41. I would go with 100 plus the children. Yes.
Yeah, the amount of effort that I think everybody is, nobody, till the time they get into the game, they don't realize how much of work it is. And the amount of work that we do for, say, 100 kids versus for 40 kids, it's going to remain the same.
Same work. You're
right.
exactly right. For 4 times the profit.
Yes. So in terms of profit, it's a different story altogether.
I love that, and that's a good lesson for people. If you haven't opened your first school, 75 to 100 is a sweet spot to open your first one. But it gave you the knowledge, and it's better to make mistakes with 41 than 100. So if you think about it from that, your mistakes are smaller, your rents are smaller. If you've got to make mistakes, it's better to make them on the small side. But now that you have us to help you, less mistakes, right?
Yes. Since the time we have joined the Childcare University, definitely our mistakes have gone down a lot.
Yeah, we all make them. And sometimes it's not about making the right decision. Sometimes it's about avoiding the wrong decisions
Right.
and learning from other people's mistakes. Carol and I are very open about the stupid stuff we've done in the early days and the millions we probably lost doing crazy things. That's how you learn. We didn't have a coach. We didn't know what we were doing half the time. We just kind of figured it out. So by sharing our experience, we're able to help people like you to avoid some of those landmines that are out there. And we're so thankful that you have decided to follow us, come to our conferences, join our coaching, and we expect big things. And we can't wait to see you in 2 weeks. We're going to come to your centers live and see your school and enjoy Seattle, maybe get some local food. We're going to actually see a concert in Seattle Superdome there. We're going to see Jerk, Cheap Chick, and Def Leppard. So we're excited about that.
You're going to Def Leppard. Interesting.
Yes, we're 80s people.
I was thinking about going for the same show as well.
So we go, yeah, September 4th. Yeah, they're in Seattle. So
yes.
get excited. By the time this airs, it'll probably already be over. We're taping this at the end of August. So anyway, we will see you soon. And we want to thank you for coming on the Childcare Genius podcast today. It's been our pleasure to host you today.
It's been our pleasure as well. And thank you. We cannot thank you enough in terms of how much of help you guys have provided us. So really appreciate it.
Very welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good job. They did really good.
Really good.
I just like them. I like their attitude. They're going places for sure. And very tenacious and very respectful, and have got so much out of coaching. I love it when the light goes on and they learn so much.
Right.
And our one-on-one coaching that we do with students, takes them to a different level. And we've increased our profitability significantly, which pays for the coaching many, many fold.
And motivated them to buy more schools.
Yeah, exactly.
Schools.
Yeah, but that's another thing is expansion, getting ready to open another school, and then they've got more on the horizon. So expect big things. We're going to visit them live here in the next 2 weeks and see their school. So we're going to see exactly what we've been coaching on. And we have other clients in Seattle, so we're going to be visiting some other ones as well. So if we can help you in your childcare program, feel free to reach out. If you own a center and you've never done a call with me, or it's been at least a year, I'll give you a free coaching call. Sure, let's get on there. Just go to childcaregenius.com, go under the coaching tab and say, I'd like a free coaching call, and get on my calendar. Let's spend 30, 40 minutes. And let me give you some actionable items that you can put into effect right away to increase your profitability, to help you with staffing or the things that you're struggling with. There's no obligation on the call. It's just my pleasure to my give back to the community. So let's go ahead and close this episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. Thanks again for listening. And we're so thankful that you decided to spend some time with us today.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Childcare Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.